Everyone, Miss Meek here. We're going to do a couple of review lessons from some 5th grade material. The first one is going to be about place value. Place value is really important to us in 6th grade because we have a lot of decimals and fractions that we're going to be working with, and so we have to remember all the different place value names and where they're located. So to start off, let's talk about a number. And I'm going to write it kind of all spaced out like this, so that way we can really talk about each place value. So this number, if I was to read it, is 123 and 456 thousandths. Okay, a couple things to mention. You probably heard that word "and" in the middle. That "and" is our decimal point right here. The way we say that decimal point when we're using our words is the word "and." Also, you may have noticed that this number is split into two pieces. Over here, we have our whole numbers. These are our whole numbers. So these are going to be numbers greater than 1. And on the right side, on the other side of our decimal point, are going to be our decimal place values. These are numbers that are going to be less than 1. Okay, so their place value is going to be less than 1. So let's talk about the names of these place values in this number. So starting from the left and going to the right, that 1 right there, this 1 right here is in the hundreds place. Hundreds place. And so if I wanted to write my number out in expanded notation, we can do that down here at the bottom, expanded notation, which means that we're going to write our number out long ways. That first number there would be a 100. Plus, we have another number on the whole number side. That 2 is in the tens spot. Tens. So that 2 represents 10 and another 10. So 20. 2 tens. 20. And then our last whole number is this 3, and it's in the ones spot. So we would have plus 3. Now we have that decimal point in the middle, and so now we're going to switch over to our decimal side. This 4 right here is in the tenths spot. That 4 represents 4 tenths. So if I had 10 pieces of candy, this 4 would represent 4 out of 10. So the way I would write that is 0 and 4 tenths. So 0.4, right? It is this place value right after the decimal point. That 5 right there is in the hundredths spot. The hundredths spot. That 5 represents 5 out of 100. So if I had 100 goldfish, 5 hundredths would be 5 of those 100 goldfish. And the way that I would write that out in expanded notation is 0.05. So 0 and 5 hundredths. Our last place value is thousandths in this number. Thousandths. So again, that 6 represents 6 out of 1,000. So if I had 1,000 people, okay, and I wanted to talk about 6 thousandths, okay, that 6 would be 6 out of 1,000. So it's a very, very small fraction of the people. The way that I would write that out is 0.006, so 6 thousandths. Now you might have noticed that as I wrote my expanded notation, I'm putting plus signs between all of those numbers. That's because if I were to add up all of these numbers, it would give me that original number that we started with. So it's just another way for me to write out these numbers. Now, our place value system can go farther than hundreds or thousandths. You can have 10 thousandths. That decimal would be out here in the 4th spot. You can have 100 thousandths. You can even have millionths. Okay? And just like we know numbers can get bigger than 100, you can have thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millionths, and so on. So our number system continues to go and grow on the whole number side and the decimal side. So we just have to remember all of our different place values, because the bigger our place value gets on the whole number side, the bigger our number gets. And the bigger that our place values get on the decimal side, the more detailed and tinier those little place values represents. Thousandths is definitely smaller than tenths. So that's something that we'll talk about in a later video. I hope this was a good reminder of how place value works, and I will talk to you soon.